It is completely devastating to suffer from hair loss. It totally changes how you perceive yourself and how others perceive you. There is good news. If you are viewing this report, you have decided it is time to do something about the problem. It can only get better from here. While hair loss is a complex problem requiring a complex answer, you can cure it on your own. No need fancy prescriptions or expensive OTC products. All you need to do is start making logical decisions about how you care for yourself. You probably thought you were already making logical decisions about how you care for yourself. Most people are wrong. This type of traditional thinking has led to hair loss and other health problems. So, what does it mean to make logical decisions about your health? It means analyzing the decisions you make every day. No matter how big or small they are, determining their impact on your long-term health. Teaching you to examine every facet of your life requires a lot more information than could fit into this one report. The sooner you start making changes, the sooner you will be able to reverse your hair loss. To get you started right away. First, a quick lesson on hair loss. For you to understand why these 10 reasons are so bad for your hair, it is important to know why your hair is falling out. Once again, comprehending the true dynamics of how hair grows, you need an in-depth biology lesson which cannot fit into this report. For now, let us just say it all boils down to DHT. DHT is a very concentrated form of testosterone. Testosterone is a masculine hormone, but both genders need testosterone to perform necessary functions. Men need and use more testosterone than women. DHT is responsible for male traits like facial hair, sex drive, and aggressiveness. Men only need a small amount of DHT. Women do not need DHT at all. However, both genders have the capability to create DHT. When your body has too much testosterone, it sends the excess to the scalp for storage. Throughout your body there are tiny enzymes which normally interact with testosterone and turn it into more useful chemicals. In your scalp, a unique type of enzyme, 5-AR, combines with this extra testosterone and converts it to super-concentrated DHT. DHT is a very strong chemical and is not supposed to be present in high concentrations. While DHT is sometimes present on all people's scalp, your hair is having an allergic reaction to it. The conversion of testosterone into DHT is literally attacking your hair follicle. The tissue around the follicle is swelling, choking out the blood supply which brings healing nutrients and anti-DHT enzymes. Over time, the follicle begins to wither and decay. Hair growing from the follicle gets thinner and weaker. Eventually, the hair stops growing altogether. Because all bodies process testosterone and even DHT, a healthy man or woman is typically generating many enzymes which counteract DHT. A healthy man or woman should not be generating enough excess testosterone for DHT to be converted and stored at a significant level. Essentially, a healthy person does not ever have to worry about DHT-related hair loss. There are several factors which play a role in the problem, but for one reason or another your body has a DHT problem. You are overproducing testosterone. You are overproducing the enzymes which turn testosterone into DHT. You also are having an allergic reaction to DHT within your scalp. As a result of this, your hair is falling out. Obviously, if your problem comes from being out of balance, your cure comes from restoring balance. That's true solution to hair loss. Anything that throws your body further out of balance is going to make your hair loss worse. The 10 reasons for hair loss fall into this category. Number 1. No wind down at the end of the day. Stress is often a buzzword involved with many health problems. It is used frequently each day to describe countless situations. It is used so much you may have begun to dismiss its very real negative effects. Let us take a quick look at what stress has meant throughout the course of human history. Since the dawn of time until very recently, humans have lived a dangerous existence. For thousands of years, they lived under constant threat of attack from wild animals, invasion from foreign empires, famine, hunger, drought, and an ice age or two. Living under a constant threat of a lion attack forced the human body to adapt. It had to be able to run or fight at a moment's notice. The body needed to be able to push itself to perform extreme tasks with very little fuel. For thousands of years, this was stress. It takes adrenaline and testosterone to fend off a lion attack. In fact, it takes a lot of adrenaline and testosterone. DHT is responsible for aggressiveness, so the body emits the enzymes necessary to make the most DHT it can. However, an actual lion attack also uses up all of those hormones. Fortunately, a lion attack does not last too long. After a couple of hours, or a day or two at the most, the stress is over. Then, there is supposed to be a period of calm and tranquility. At this point, the testosterone is all used up and the body is supposed to spend the next week recovering from the exertion. This is supposed to be a time of relaxation. It helps the body restore balance and prepare for the next lion attack. Now, fast forward a few thousand years. In the 1950s, the largest percentage of the world's population began to take desk jobs for the very first time. Instead of fighting a real lion for our meals, we stay seated and fight a lion of paperwork. People are taking on greater burdens at work. People feel great pressure to succeed in the workplace or risk not being able to provide food and shelter to their families. The difference is that the paperwork lion never goes away. The average workday increases by an hour every decade. Instead of fighting the lion for a few hours every week or so, we are fighting the lion every day of our life. The stress is never ending. Therefore, we never get that much needed wind down. Our body needs. The surge of testosterone and DHT has never ceased. When there is no time to take R&R, rest and recovery, also known as R&R, is the fantasy of most people fighting off the paperwork lion every day. They picture themselves on a tropical island drinking cocktails, far away from the worries of work and home. In reality, those same people cannot afford a tropical vacation long enough to actually recover from their stress. Despite how difficult it is to get it, rest and recovery is still essential. You need to give your system the all clear. Tell it you have survived this lion attack and no longer need all of that excess testosterone, DHT, and adrenaline. Your body needs to know it can start repairing itself to prepare for the next lion attack, which includes removing all of the DHT from your system. It seems true R&R time is not an option. Now, you absolutely have to find other ways to wind down and recover. You need to do whatever it takes to give your body the all-clear signal. One of the best ways to do this is to establish a nightly wind-down routine. At the end of your stressful day, thank your body for all of the work it has done and give it peace. Start by setting aside at least 30 minutes of undisturbed time. This means no television, no radio, no news, no homework, and no other distractions. If you must, wait until everyone else has settled in for the evening to guarantee this R&R time is undisturbed. Then, find a way to calmly meditate. It may be in a bubble bath. It may be reading your favorite book, as long as that book is not too exciting. It could be laying on the bed listening to a classic concerto. Whatever technique you choose, make sure it begins to soothe and calm you. Partner that technique with deep, long, and slow breathing. Inhale and exhale fully. Try to straighten your frame as much as you can while you breathe, enabling more oxygen to reach your body. You will be amazed at how the right breathing techniques can exponentially increase your meditative progress. This is not the true R&R your body needs, but it will help to immediately deliver some relief. You really need to re-examine the circumstances which got you into the eternal lion attack. Otherwise, DHT-related hair loss will lead to greater health concerns in the future. Number 2. Fooling yourself that a night of partying is R&R. You have heard that even good stress is still stress. The good stress examples do not have to be that extreme. The truth is your body cannot tell the difference between a lion attack, a tight deadline, or a fun night of adventure. You realize you need to unwind a little bit after a hard day or week at work. That is a good idea. However, you do not start planning a night curled up with a quiet book. Instead, you call all of your friends together for a night at the local bar or club. You have a few drinks. Maybe you dance. Maybe you have a few more drinks. There are a lot of laughs, and at the end of the day you all go home feeling like you had a great time. The next day, it no longer feels like a great time. Your head is pounding. Your body is sore and you can barely drag yourself out of bed. Does that really sound like how you should feel after R&R? Is that how you imagine feeling after all of your stress is relieved? You are supposed to be helping your body heal from DHT, not harming it further. Being excited about time with friends is great. It improves your mental outlook and helps clear your mind of day-to-day stress. That is everything R&R should be. However, there is another side to a night out with friends that is the opposite of R&R. The biggest problem is the drinks. It is true what they say about a single glass of red wine being good for the body because of the antioxidants. However, the benefits of alcohol stop right there. A glass of white wine along with any other alcohol is going to immediately raise your DHT levels. Many of the anti-DHT enzymes are created in your liver. Your liver is also responsible for removing alcohol from your system. Alcohol is not a natural nutrient for your body and your liver has some difficulty processing it. While it is focusing on the alcohol you drink, it is not creating those necessary anti-DHT nutrients. Your DHT is allowed to increase and your hair continues to fall out. Chances are you are staying out later, robbing your body of essential sleep it needs to heal. This is the main reason you are dragging and sore. Dancing and general carousing around excites your system, releasing further adrenaline and testosterone into your system. Even worse, your body uses DHT for sexual aggression. This means if you are out flirting, you are signaling the release of DHT. Now, this does not mean you should stay home every evening and have no social life. That can be just as damaging as partying all the time. It means you cannot associate a fun-filled night with R&R. It means you cannot do it night after night, especially after an already stressful day of work. It also means you need to set aside just as much recovery time after a night of partying as you do after a stressful week of work. Number 3. Non-pH balanced hair care makes a hair-killing scalp environment. There is a lot of complicated talk about pH balance, but here are some simple facts. pH means hydrogen power. Hydrogen is necessary element and, in a healthy person, is the third most abundant element in the body. Hydrogen is a simple atom which can quickly and easily bind to other molecules. This ability means it can quickly bind to nutrients and to body tissue. Put simply, hydrogen helps the nutrients you consume to more quickly and easily reach your body. One of the clear indications of aging is a lack of hydrogen in body tissue. There is not enough hydrogen to restore the day-to-day damage the body endures. Of course, hair loss is also associated with aging. This is not a coincidence. To have too little hydrogen is to be acidic. Acid, as you know, is harmful to be acidic. Essentially, your body cannot receive nutrients, no matter how many you consume, because there is not enough hydrogen present. Having a lot of hydrogen is to be alkaline. Healthy humans tend to be alkaline. It is this state which is considered a healthy pH balance. Maintaining a pH balance in your body is like creating a healing environment. That is a lot of talk about hydrogen in the body. You may be wondering what this has to do with your shampoo and hair care products. The same rules of pH apply for your body externally as they do internally, especially on the scalp. The hundreds of hairs on your head all end at a pore. A pore is the opening hair grows out of. However, it is a two-way shaft. Hair grows out. The shampoo and other substances on your scalp go in. If you are using a non-pH balanced or acidic shampoo and other hair care products, you are destroying the healing environment on your scalp. You are robbing the hair follicle of the essential nutrients it needs to combat DHT. Many scientists believe acidity at the hair root actually blocks and chokes the end of the blood capillary. This is preventing the necessary anti-DHT enzymes from reaching this critical area. On the other hand, using a pH-balanced hair care regimen can improve the health of the hair follicle. It can restore the hair's ability to stop the DHT attack. It can open the capillaries, allowing more nutrients and anti-DHT enzymes to reach the follicle. When combined with an anti-DHT lifestyle, the right shampoo can create a hair-growing environment. To find a pH-balanced shampoo, you must first look for 100% all-natural ingredients. Avoid anything with dyes, perfumes, or other chemicals. Be especially wary of ingredients listed in Latin, this traditionally how harmful, lab-created chemicals are labeled. Look for ingredients like tea tree oil, ginseng, and green tea which are proven to restore your health to an alkaline state. Finally, follow the product directions and do not overuse it. Too much of a good thing can still be bad. You could be stripping away your scalp's natural healing and limiting hair growing potential. Number 4. Relying on a multivitamin for your nutrients. You know you are not taking care of yourself. You know your food it's not as nourishing as it should be. You decide to comfort yourself and relieve your guilt by popping a multivitamin every morning. That should work, right? After all, vitamins and minerals help your body heal. Some vitamins, like B vitamins and calcium, actually make hair grow. Vitamin and mineral deficiencies are proven to increase DHT. So, giving your body more vitamins should counteract DHT and reverse hair loss. Taking a vitamin supplement is always a great way to give your body a boost. The key word is supplement. A vitamin supplement is not meant to be your only form of nutrients. You cannot spend the day munching on hamburgers and expect one pill to make up for the damage. It does not happen that way. Vitamins are supposed to enhance the way your body receives and uses nutrients. If your body does not absorb vitamin C very well, a vitamin can help ensure you get plenty in your system. If cold and flu season is approaching, a little extra zinc in a tonic can give your immune system a bigger boost than dietary zinc alone. If you have a tendency to overproduce DHT, it is highly likely you have other underlying problems which may necessitate supplementing a healthy diet with vitamins. This is very common and a quality anti-DHT program will normally recommend some supplements. However, if you are not consuming nutritious foods, the vitamins are a waste of time and money. There is no vitamin in the world which can make up for the readily available and easily absorbed nutrients in healthy, fresh foods. Furthermore, you cannot choose any multivitamin off the shelf and assume it will work wonders. Just because it has a lot of vitamins it does not mean it has the ones you need. Just because it is expensive it does not mean your body will make the most of it. One way to determine which vitamins you need most is to closely examine all of your symptoms and your diet. Do you get colds rather easily? You need vitamins to boost your immune system. Is your diet lacking citrus? Make sure you take extra vitamin C. Want to boost your hair growing? Add a good B complex to your system. It is also important to take a vitamin supplement your body can actually use. For example, more than 60% of all iron supplements on the market provide a form of iron which is completely unusable and is quickly removed by the body. When you are reading the fine print on a supplement label, look for the word bioavailable. Bioavailability means the nutrient can attach itself to your body tissue cells, especially to the organs which need the nutrient most. Supplement labels will typically include a percentage of bioavailability. Make sure most of the nutrients you are consuming will actually be used by your body. Number 5. Too many doctors equals the opposite of treatment. You have probably heard that old adage about too many cooks in the kitchen ruining the dish. It means that too many opinions, including good opinions, can lead to bad consequences. It is true of any topic. People with a DHT imbalance also tend to have other problems. DHT-related hair loss is typically just one of the symptoms. Acne, poor healing, diabetes, cancer, infertility, are also some of the symptoms. Most people do not realize the symptoms are related. So, they begin a quest which can only be called symptom chasing. They go to a skin doctor to treat the acne. An gynecologist or a neurologist treats the infertility, and an endocrinologist treats blood sugar problems. Each doctor offers a treatment which is typically a pill or ointment. Additionally, there are other reasons to see specialists and get treatment. A woman may need birth control. A man may want a performance enhancer. Someone may have heart disease. Others may have a skin disorder. All of these people receive a treatment, typically a prescription. Specialists are very necessary. They have spent all of their medical training learning how to treat a specific group of illnesses. If you had lung cancer, you would not want a general physician to treat it. Without a specialist, people would not get the best care. Going to several different doctors or several specialists should not be a problem. The problem comes when they are not communicating to one another. The bigger problem comes when there is no one looking at the bigger picture. If everyone is treating a symptom, no one is able to recognize they are all symptom chasing. Furthermore, no one realizes that their treatment to one problem is actually making another problem worse. For example, male performance enhancers may help in the bedroom, but they can increase DHT, making hair fall out faster and cause prostate cancer. Blood sugar stabilizers will help prevent diabetes, but they also can prevent the absorption of nutrients needed to keep DHT in check. If you are under the care of multiple doctors for multiple conditions, this could be contributing to your hair loss. In fact, it could be accelerating the hair loss. When the doctor does not see the bigger picture, your health can go downhill. You need a focal point of care. It would be great if you could be the focal point, but there are two problems with that. First, you do not have a medical degree and may not understand all of the implications. Second, doctors may dismiss your directions to coordinate care because of reason number one. On the other hand, you can see one doctor regularly to wrangle all of the medical information from the specialists. The good news is this person should not be yet another specialist. It should be the simplest doctor you see, your general physician. While your general physician, or family doctor, is not highly trained in the way blood sugar cells are divided within body fat, he or she is still very knowledgeable about how blood sugar affects your overall health. He or she may not be a specialist in how to stop infertility, but they are still knowledgeable about how problems which cause infertility can also cause thyroid and adrenal failure. Have a talk with your general physician and see if they are up to the challenge of leading your medical care. Make them your champion. Tell them about your visits to other doctors. Make sure those other doctors' notes are being copied and sent to your general physician. When you have questions or doubts about your specialist's care, ask your general physician to double-check the facts. Encourage the two physicians to communicate regularly. If either doctor has a problem with this arrangement, they are probably not the right doctor for you. Ego has no place in healthcare. If they truly want to give you the best treatment out there, they should be willing to work together. Furthermore, alternative methods of healing have been scientifically proven as valid and helpful. The best cure for DHT-related hair loss is a natural, self-achieved one. Doctors who are not open to your ideas about alternative healing or the advice from an alternative healing expert are also probably not the doctor for you. Number 6. Always dining out is changing how you eat. We all know about fast food. If you do not know fast food is bad for you, then you must have been living in a world without television, newspapers, the internet, or other people. You may try to convince yourself fast food is not as bad it seems, or choosing the salad instead of the nuggets makes it all better. But deep down inside, you already know if you are still eating fast food, especially a lot of fat food, this is why you are losing your hair and your health. However, this is not another lecture about fast food. There is hardly anything left to be said about the dangers of fast food. This is to talk about the food you consider better and healthier at the rest of the dining establishments. Just a decade ago, dining out was considered a treat in the average family household. Now, quite the opposite is true. Despite a downward spiraling global economy and the alarming statistics about obesity, eating out has become the norm. In the United States alone, 43% of all money budgeted for food is spent at some form of restaurant. That is up 23% from the 1980s. The demand for dining out has made millions for the designers of apps and websites dedicated to directing you to the food you want to eat, right now. It is highly probably you are one of these statistics. There are several components to eating out contributing to your DHT problem. It is important to understand each to truly understand which eating habits are causing the problem. Portions, leave food on your plate or lose hair on your head. If you were to hold a dinner plate from the 1930s against a dinner plate from today's trendiest restaurant, you would probably see the entire rim or more of the newer one sticking out from behind the older one. In fact, the older plate may more closely resemble a salad plate or even a tea saucer instead of something on which an entree would be served. Nevertheless, that is the plate size which nourished the world until just very recently. It is when the trend began to associate quality food with portion size. People only believed they were getting what they paid for when there was a huge pile of food on their plate. Restaurants responded by making bigger food. Pizza slices got about 2 inches wider, so did the hamburger. The bagel almost doubled in size. The only way to accommodate bigger food and keep aesthetic appeal was to increase the plate size. Plate sizes at home increased. However, the most dramatic increase was at dining establishments where it is now common to find a plate more than twice as big as the ones you use at home. It may surprise you to learn that the average dinner plate now holds at least 300 more calories than a dinner plate from the 1970s. An extra large plate at a restaurant may have 700 to 800 more calories. If you are already ordering a high-calorie meal like a steak or dessert, you could potentially be eating a full day's worth of calories in one meal. The number of calories you eat daily directly corresponds to how much you weigh. Calories give your body the fuel it needs to perform basic functions like healing, but also fuel for all of your activities like walking, running, working, and such. If you are eating more calories than your body needs, the rest gets stored as body fat. Scientists have observed an almost direct correlation to DHT levels increasing with every extra 10 pounds of weight. When there is enough body fat, it has a tendency to act as an additional organ. It secretes hormones and blocks other hormones. It can actually promote the creation of DHT and block the creation of anti-DHT enzymes. A key to keeping your weight in check is to practice portion control. Stop basing your feeling of fullness on how much food is left on your plate. In fact, make a consistent effort to leave more food on your plate. At home, prepare a few of your favorite restaurant meals with all of the sides that are in a healthy calorie range. Look at how much of the plate is still vacant, not covered with food. Make a mental note of how big the food portion is. If necessary, measure the portion size against something consistent like a fork length or your pinky length. Next time you eat out, pull aside the portion of the food which closely resembles that portion from home. Eat only that portion. Leave the rest on your plate, no matter how much food that may be. Another good option is to go with an appetizer instead of a full entree. Appetizers in their very nature are small. However, they actually represent a healthy-sized meal instead of the gigantic meals being served as entrees. If you do not trust yourself to control your portions, this is a better option. You can always order another appetizer or a side if you are still hungry. Bigger plates means bigger, but not better food. The plate got bigger and the food got bigger. The prices did not get proportionately bigger. However, the profits got extremely bigger. So, how does a restaurant offer you more food at a low price and still make a profit? They sell you cheap food. Cheap food does not mean they bought the beef on sale. It means you are eating about 55% beef filled with sawdust and seaweed. Just enough to taste like meat, but enough filler to lower the cost by about 80%. Of course, seaweed and meat do not easily combine. Artificial chemicals and dyes are needed to hold it all together and make it look appetizing. Your body was never meant to consume those ingredients. Artificial chemicals and dyes turn into toxins within the body. Your system does not know what to do with them or how to get rid of them. Unfortunately, digesting them takes a lot of effort that should be spent on removing DHT and excess testosterone from your system. The result is unchecked levels of DHT which are left to wreak havoc on your hair follicles. To further lower costs, many restaurants are buying pre-cooked foods with longer expiration dates. A chicken breast is breaded and frozen almost a year before it shows up on your plate. Once again, to make food stay longer and still seem appetizing, it is loaded down with more toxic chemicals and preservatives. Not all restaurants are dishing out fake food. However, you probably are not going to those places because you think you are not getting enough food for your buck. These restaurants are serving 100% pure meals, but to maintain costs they are keeping their portion sizes normal. You would know this is better food when you taste it, because it makes food filled with dyes and fillers taste like cardboard. Sometimes, places selling pure food are more expensive than their large plate big food competitors. Once again, you have to think about what you are buying. If you are watching your portions and only eating a small bit of a large, fake meal, then you are not really getting your money's worth. When choosing a place to eat, put more emphasis on food quality than food cost. Listen to your taste buds, they will tell you when you are eating real food and when it is fake. See the restaurant rush as speeding up your hair loss. One key to portion control and not overeating while you are dining out is to listen to your body. Your stomach can send a full signal to your brain. This signal tells you to stop eating, you have had enough. The process is quick, but it is not instantaneous. It may take 10 minutes for the full signal to reach your brain and for you to consciously interpret it. If you are eating during the 10 minutes, then you are eating a lot more calories than your body wanted. Because restaurants want to make as much money as possible and they only make money by serving food, they want to serve as much food as possible in as little time as possible. In a course of one evening, they hope to have 4 or 6 dining parties seated at the same table you are eating at. They do this using the restaurant rush. The rush is the almost imperceptible ways the establishment tries to speed up your meal. Your appetizer is ordered at the same time as your meal. You are not fully finished with it by the time your entree arrives. Halfway through your meal, the waitress begins asking you if there is anything else. If you want dessert, it is brought out in an instant. Then, the bill magically appears. The waitress hovers somewhere nearby ready to take your check. You are being rushed so politely you do not even notice it. The same time you are rushing, you are gulping down your food. The restaurant rush virtually assures you will overeat. However, there is no rule that you have to succumb to the restaurant rush. You can take as much time as you want to. No restaurant wanting to stay in business will kick you out for staying 30 minutes longer than they want. When you are eating out, make a point to eat as slowly as possible. If you are with friends, chat between bites. Make the meal more festive. If you are alone, take a chance to look around your surroundings or read a bit of a book between bites. This gives your brain plenty of time to catch up to your stomach. Number 7. Not saying no at work is saying yes to hair loss. You have already read a lot about how stress can elevate your DHT levels. So, where do you feel the most stress in life? If you answered work, you are one of the 80% of people who are overstressed from their careers. Of these 80%, more than half are losing their hair. Many times it is not the career causing the stress, it is the workplace. More specifically, it is how you navigate the workplace. How in control are you at work? Feeling pulled in different directions at work may seem like it comes with the territory. This may be especially true if you work at a bigger firm with different bosses, clients, or departments putting separate demands on you. Unfortunately, when you are unable to focus on one task at a time and feeling inundated by multiple tasks, your body interprets it as a form of attack. As you remember, your body does not know this as work stress and not lion attack stress. Your body wants to give you a boost to fend off the attack. It streams adrenaline and testosterone throughout your system, which mostly goes unused by the average worker. The result? More DHT-related hair loss. The problem is, a lot of times the work stress is of our own creation. Somewhere, a long time ago, it was ingrained into us that a good work ethic means never saying no. That simply is not true. A good work ethic means not quitting until the job is finished and you have done a good job. A good work ethic means taking the initiative and fixing a problem before you are asked to. A good work ethic does not mean taking on more work than possible. It does not mean making up extra work for your coworkers who slack off. An endless to-do list that is ever increasing, is that really what it takes to get ahead? Long hours and tight deadlines are assumed with any job these days, but are they really necessary? People believe they have to sacrifice themselves to get ahead, but do they? Take a mental snapshot of your work environment. Is giving 210% really paying off? Are your peers taking on less work but still advancing in their career at the same rate as you? Take a note and realize you are overdoing it at work without the payoff. Are you doing a co-worker's share of the work to keep them from getting in trouble? If they were truly your friend, they would not want you to jeopardize your health for them. Is your boss always adding projects to your agenda and not to your peers, but without the promotion or pay to accompany it? It is time to thank them for their faith in your quality of work, but insist that having fewer projects will yield better, faster results. Of course, there will be times you cannot say no. There will be projects that must be done and they must be done quickly. However, it is highly likely this is not true of every project and every deadline. Start making smart decisions at work about when to give it 200% and when not to. Your hair will reward you for it. Number 8. A polluted environment means a polluted head. As you read earlier, the pore serves as a two-way road. Hair grows out, external substances get in. If you are following the pH-balanced hair care advice, hopefully plenty of healing nutrients are getting in. However, take a look around your life and see if something else is getting in too. Dust, dander, smoke, fumes and smog are an everyday occurrence. They penetrate all of the air around us. Some pollutants you have never heard of and would be horrified if you knew how harmful they are. If you live in a city, the exposure to pollutants may be even more severe. If you work with chemicals or fibrous materials, your environment is increasingly polluted. It is a polluted lifestyle. Every part of your skin is exposed to these elements all day long. This includes your scalp. Your scalp is special because the hair on your head traps and retains the pollutants. These tiny particles can quickly combine with the natural oils on your skin. Now, you have a thick layer of polluted material covering your scalp and smothering your pores. The follicle cannot breathe because it is being smothered by this grime. These pollutants are both acidic and unnatural. Your body does not know how to respond correctly. Just like the DHT, the hair follicle interprets the invasion of pollutants as an attack. The swelling and allergic reaction accelerates, as does your hair loss. If you are living or working in a polluted environment, you are helping the DHT kill your hair. Of course, you cannot change much of the world around you. You can, however, change the environment immediately around you. For example, at home you can invest in an air filter which removes these harmful particles from the air. Your standard filter for the AC will not perform this function. You have to buy an air filter specifically designed to remove the tiniest particles from the air. There are also portable versions which can be used for the workplace. When you are out of your home, try to control your environment. Do not spend all of your time in dusty or smoky buildings. Instead, get out in the fresh air. This is especially productive on a breezy day where the air will be constantly circulating and refreshed around you. If you work in a polluted environment, verify that you are using all of the safety precautions available to protect yourself. Chances are, those precautions include headgear which would protect both your hair and your lungs. Finally, make sure you are washing your hair daily. Scrub your scalp with your fingers, lifting up the hair to let the pollutants wash away from the skin. If you have been in a particularly polluted area, wash your hair right away even if you have already done so for the day. This will help maintain a pro-hair environment on your scalp. Number 9. Non-stop staring in the mirror obsessing about hair loss. How many times a day do you look at your scalp? Do you look so many times you cannot keep count? If the answer is yes, join the Hair Loss Sufferers Club. You are trying to keep a mental count of how much hair is on your head. Does it look thinner today or thicker? Is that a baby hair I see growing out or did I imagine it? You are comparing your actions with your results. Did that hamburger I ate yesterday make 10 more hairs fall out today? Did that extra 30 minutes at the gym on Tuesday mean less hair fell out on Friday? This is a very natural process for a hair loss sufferer, very similar to grieving. You are scared about losing your hair and what that means for your life. You feel desperate to stop the balding. Sometimes, looking at the problem in the mirror is like a form of punishment. No matter how shocked you are every time you examine your scalp, you keep on looking. You look and even when it upsets you the most, you keep looking. It is as if you think looking will magically force hair to grow. In fact, it is forcing your hair to fall out. Once again, it boils down to stress. Remember, stress directly impacts hair loss. Stress elevates testosterone. This elevates DHT. DHT attacks your hair follicle and makes your hair stop growing. What is anxiety about hair loss? Stress. While it may be impossible to stop anxiety about something as important as hair loss, you can stop it from dominating your life and controlling your mental outlook. Every time you study your hair in the mirror, you are giving your anxiety more power. You are giving stress sharper teeth and claws by which it can break down your health. The fear you feel looking in the mirror is itself a lion attack, telling your body to produce more testosterone and more DHT. Always staring at your hair and obsessing is causing your hair to fall out faster. It is time to tame that particular lion. There is no other way to say this than stop looking in the mirror all the time. This includes stop trying to catch your reflection in a window as you walk by. Stop running your fingers through your hair trying to tell if there is more or less. Stop doing anything which is an attempt to monitor your hair. It is all sabotaging your hair. If you think it may be difficult to stop, here are some other facts to help you along. The state of your hair today is not a reflection of your health yesterday or even last week. Hair growth is a slow process. Even if you have made radical lifestyle changes, those are not going to be evident for a few months. Likewise, every time you touch your scalp and hair you are stimulating oil production. The more oil there is on your scalp, the more it weighs down hair, pulling it together in clumps and making it appear thinner. Looking at your hair is actually making it look worse. If you find the urge to look overwhelming, you may have to take extreme measures. Cover up the mirror in the bathroom and on your car visor. Put on sunglasses so it is harder to catch a glimpse of yourself in a window as you walk by. Do what you must, but you must stop obsessing over the hair loss. If you cannot relax about this topic, you will not be able to decrease the DHT in your body. Number 10. Not being proactive and putting a stop to the problem once and for all. These are just tips to get you started. It is only a starting point, not the total solution. There is a lot more to do and learn if you want to truly prevent DHT and its harmful effects on your body. If reading, "a lot more to do and learn," made you feel like giving up before you even get started, then you are succumbing to hair loss. Mistake number 10. It may seem easier to shell out $1,000 on the latest hair loss therapy or run to a doctor for a magic pill. It seems simpler to rely on someone else to fix your problem, right? Simpler is not better, and these quick fixes will not stop your hair loss, or the other health problems related to DHT. It is time to solve the problem yourself. If you are not proactive and do not make a positive effort to stop your hair loss, it will never get better. You are the only one with the power to cure your hair loss. As you saw from these 10 reasons for hair loss, fighting DHT is about leading a healthy life and having a healthy body, not taking some miracle anti-DHT pill. That pill does not exist, but that lifestyle can be achieved by anyone willing to commit to it. A healthy, pro-hair, anti-DHT lifestyle can be your life. You simply need to know how to make healthy life choices and how to stick to them. In the description below, the Hair Loss Black Book can teach you those secrets. The Black Book emphasizes restoring total health and achieving your ideal, healthy form. This will permanently stop the cycle of DHT production and hair loss. Thank you for watching Get Off the Meds. I've compiled a list of products from Amazon in the description you can add to your cart for your convenience. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss important new information on topics like this.